For the first time in history, more people live in cities than anywhere else.
Which means cities have to get smarter.
New York has smart crime fighting.
Paris has smart healthcare.
Smart traffic systems in Brisbane keep traffic moving.
Galway has smart water.
Smart meters in Dallas, Houston,
and the smart grid in Copenhagen keep energy flowing.
Smart ideas are happening
all over the world.
I want to bring them all together in your city.
The smarter Paris.
The smarter Stuttgart.
São Paulo.
Copenhagen.
Kyoto.
Planet of smarter cities.
That's what I'm working on.
I'm an IBMer.
Let's build a smarter planet.
Good day, everyone. Information is so vital these days. And if we can get information beforehand, we can do a lot. The recent financial meltdown that caused turmoil in global stock markets is a clear example of what we could have avoided if we had information earlier and used that information correctly. And in the same way, we can do a lot more to protect our environment if we have more data at our fingertips. In fact, there are so many issues today that surrounds our daily life and work, from environmental, energy, food, health to security. IBM has for decades made our lives simpler in many ways. And now they have created Smarter Planet initiatives. We have with us today Miss Annie Cheung at Studio B. She's an expert on the Smarter Planet initiatives. She's oversees the ASEAN region on this initiative. Let me share with you her famous quote. If we can connect systems that run our world, we can make our planet smarter. That means we will have better traffic conditions, no more traffic jams, healthier food, cleaner water, and safer cities. Let's talk to her to find out how we as a country can benefit from this Smarter Planet initiatives. Welcome, Ms. Cheung.
Thank you, PK.
Please explain to us what this Smarter Planet initiatives is all about.
Okay, Smarter Planet is IBM's thought leadership in how the world is getting instrumented, interconnected, and intelligent. And as a result, there is tremendous computational power that is being embedded into things that we never thought of as computers before. And the world is so connected with already almost 1.5 billion people on the internet, and tremendous intelligence that is being embedded into everything, you know. So this Smarter Planet is all about drawing intelligence out of the data to give us an opportunity to think and act differently.
IBM has this Smarter Planet initiative for some time now, and you've gone global with the initiative. Yes. What successes have you made so far?
In fact, our chairman was providing an update at Chatham House back in January of this year in London, the Institute of International Affairs, and we're very pleased to share that over 300 of our clients has already had very explicit returns on investments. And for example, just to give you one, in Stockholm, we implemented the intelligent transportation system with the city of Stockholm. And as a result, they were able to reduce traffic congestion during peak hour into the city of Stockholm by 20%, reduce green emission by 12%, and also increase public ridership by 40,000 people daily. So that is just one example, you know, that is, you know, in Europe. And if you want to bring it closer to home, you can also look at a place like Globe Telecom in the Philippines. They went with a smarter solution to help them develop promotional products, and were able to reduce the product development time from 10 months to 40 days, and also reduce a 4-month payback to the vendors that would help them sell their promotional SIM card offerings, you know, to within instantly through a SIM card.
That's amazing. How then we in Malaysia can IBM help us build a smarter planet?
Malaysia has tremendous opportunities to look at how you can make a smarter Malaysia. And let me give you a couple of examples, starting with transport. Okay, so because you are with Star Publishing, you remember last year you published an article talking about how transportation is costing Malaysia 2% of the GDP to the tune of 10 billion ringgit. So what we are suggesting to work with the Malaysian government is not to look at transportation as a piecemeal solution in terms of building in another road, you know, putting in more traffic cops, but look at it in a more holistic way. looking at it from a safety standpoint, look at it from a mobility standpoint. How do you then, reduce the travel time for your citizens, and also from a management standpoint, how do you integrate all of the systems? Because in Klang Valley itself, you have 4 different operators for buses alone. How do you get efficiency out of, integrating their systems for simply starting with like even bus scheduling or asset management?
In the area of crime, this is a big issue in this country. How can you actually tell us what can be done to help prevent crime? Is there a solution there?
Wonderful question. My home is outside New York City. So I've seen New York City from being the place that people are scared to go to in Times Square, notorious for crime, to the point when I went back on vacation in this last December for Christmas and New Year, Mayor Bloomberg came out with the police commissioner and declared to the world that New York City's crime rate is at its lowest since record was kept since the 1960s. Another 11% reduction on top of the 20% since the crime information warehouse was implemented with IBM's help. So what that does is to allow the New York City to consolidate all of the crime records and the crime patterns, to allow the city to analyze crime pattern so that they can predict and prevent crime and deploy the resources accordingly. And that's why it is a very, what we call, as opposed to a vicious cycle, it's a virtuous cycle, because they reduce crime, people comes in, business come in, property value goes up, they collect more revenue. This is some of the things that Malaysia can do.
But in implementing all this, there are challenges. And what do you think are the major challenges that will block the implementation of a smarter planet in Malaysia?
One of the challenges could very well be the one-mindedness, the one Malaysian mindset between government and citizens. Because in order to get something done, you need cooperation, not just what the government wants to do, but also the support of its citizens, because at the end of the day, it is making the life better for the citizen that matters the most for the government, for a country. So the most important thing is for there to be consensus and resolve, for Malaysia, between the government and citizens to want to act together, because each one has a role to play.
I'm taking your quote. It says, when we say smarter planet, we mean thinking and acting in new ways to make our systems more efficient, productive,
Absolutely.
and responsive. That's exactly what you are saying.
Yep.
But a lot of these concepts, it's good on paper. When you actually implement it, you actually can't get anything. What have you got to say about that? Can really something be achievable here?
Absolutely, because the way, if you look at something that is too big, too broad, then it's much more difficult to implement. However, if you look at starting things in a phased implementation, then the results can be very measurable. I give you a classic case in point. In Singapore, Singapore's traffic system is one of the most advanced in the world. It started with a tiny little $270,000 research project. That has since blossomed to make Singapore one of the most intelligent transportation system in the world. So it's a very good example. It's right in your back door.
So where can we start in Malaysia?
Whenever you're ready.
So smarter planet is not just a catchy phrase. It's the new way. It offers a new dimension to a smarter world. They have created the means to measure, to see the exact conditions of everything on the planet, as well as to predict the future impact and patterns. This is all possible with technological advancements. Thank you, Ms. Cheung, for spending your time and sharing your thoughts with us. And have a great day. This is BK Sidhu signing off from Studio V.
What's important for our planet today?
Energy to power the planet. Mommy says I must drink 8 glasses of water a day. Traffic jams, go away. Yeah, jams waste time. Waste fuel.
Pollute the environment.
Could you imagine the world without electricity?
No lights, no television,
no computer games.
Can we make the world we live in smarter?
Yes, we can.
How?
Use energy-saving lights. Save up to 75% electricity.
GPS.
Arrive sooner and have more time for fun. Fun! Have internet everywhere.
Check online anytime.
For free.
Have online classes.
No more textbooks. No more heavy bags.
Stop pollution.
Clean river. Clean water.
That's smart. Our generation is ready. The time is now.
Make the world work better.
Happier. Faster. Smarter.
Let's build.
Let's build. Let's build. Let's build a smarter planet.